Monday, November 8th. I had gone to the library, the public library today, at the suggestion of Linda, on our way home from Marie Curie Park. We did not walk our normal routine in front of NYPD on our way home. We went a different, longer way. And anyway, so the librarian suggested The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, which is Mark Twain. I did not realize that it's written in twang. Twang, which is like a southern, almost like a Southern Belle, like, version, or like a, nowadays, I don't know if it's like, if it's their ghetto version of, or Southern ghetto version of English. I'm not quite sure where the social etiquette lay on acceptability of prowess. Really, I'm not in this version of English. However, I found it incredibly charming. My son was like not having any part of it. He's like, the words are too big, and he's like, they're confusing because none of it is the colloquial speech of what we use in everyday household format. They're not even close to being strung in pearls of wisdom. We don't have that level of language or vocabulary or even slangly within the household while I'm doing this part. I'm doing this. So, now, on that note, I've got something about, there's, something came up. I'm like, I know the humans talk about something called collective bargaining. I've heard this term in regards to something about a union. I have no idea what it means. I haven't been invited to any collective bargaining. I haven't been, it's not like a one-time table sit down, in my day-to-day, like, waiting for the correct, like, and this is the other thing. There's something called possession is 9/10 of the law. Possessing the ion. I am an ion, I-O-N. I belong to the house, I suppose, of Thomas Jefferson, if that is related to Eric, who I went to Port Jefferson with before Tiafrio wound up arriving, or however the hell that got set up. I know that 9/10 leaves 1/10. That's out at a dime. And then I got Dollhouse, but I am not in Zen. Zehn. This is not right. Everything that's with my tiger claws, burnt lasers on my stomach skin, my stomacho, and with the troll, the NYPD guy with the Harry Potter scar, almost like a lightning bolt or like a Z on his head, to tie the two together in the disgusting events that happen and that keep happening thereafter, to tie it back to one reality, in this storyline of where you kept me away from completing 10/10 into one, or 9/10 into the correct law. The laws of nature and the laws of physics are broken. They just are. By you holding me out. There's several signs, universally, cosmically, so on and so forth. So now this collective bargaining, I do not know how they're doing this, the humans. If I look at the word bar, like bar used to be something like a pub, a B-A-R, or a P-U-B, or a tavern, T-A-V-E-R-N. But then the humans at some level have a bar association with legal people that go to law school. I don't know what laws they're studying. They're not like the laws of physics, and they're not the laws of science. They study laws of the land, I believe. And I don't know how they even wrote themselves laws of the land in this. You have a broken origin feature of time and space. Any of these laws that you write are temporary stays at best because the nature and the physics is broken. I cannot stay in the field like this. I now have something at FDA level, Food and Drug Administration. I don't like the looks of what's presenting itself as working and being funded by FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management. Why does it look like the Tom Hanks movie where the pirates get on the ship and hold him hostage? That's what New York City feels like to me right now, and I ain't kidding. So now, then there's the gain, GAIN, which is like you level up or you get something more than you had before. Why is anybody gaining access, gaining in strength, gaining in power, gaining in movement, gaining in numbers, gaining in knowledge, gaining in any form when the main frame of human existence is altered and shifted off kilter and is broken? I know for a fact my birth was significant. I have the hands of time I carry on my person, and I have a calendar clocked system of atomics that the local humans in Empire State in this United States of America project, with the house of Thomas Jefferson being in Virginia, somewhere along the lines of I'm a Nicole, and there's a Nicholas, or a Nicklaus, and I'm Nicole. And that's one stage of reality, one set anchor. And then there's the piece that broke, which is I've already stated what it was, which is the timing of my calendar system with the children and the wrong face. I was conceived and delivered by Condor, whatever that means in magical people, magical space, and when physics and space and nature and physics are in unison, I arrive by birth of Condor. They are asexually reproductive. I then had 4 children. I'm not making comment on who fathered what. Non-essential equipment asks those questions, not like the real important things. I have some kind of Food and Drug Administration, biological locks, or crime or warfare. I don't know if they achieve this through some collective bargaining chip that they made up themselves. I have no idea. But that is a place that I would like someone to investigate, because I am being harmed by some form of wavelength that should not be studied. It's not up for debate, and it's not up for foreign enemy to pursue. I don't understand why 43 lengths of years in time have been allowed to go on, especially the last 21, where it's been the most dangerous, without a single stitch of help or anyone even looking for me and putting me in the right direction. One night with men by the name of Eric at a Port Jefferson where we went out, neither one of us knew the area, neither one of us knew anybody there. He said he had a friend who wasn't local that said that was a good place to go. I have no idea because I don't go out traveling and exploring. And so we went there. We looked at each other and we looked around. We had one quick drink or shot or something. And then we went back to my house in Ronkonkoma, private residence. Because there's nothing to do in this bar or tavern or pub other than having his eyes scan in rhinoceros vision what it is for him and for myself to match scenery in multi-whatever to get me back safely in Courtier and Marquis. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. I don't know who's floating whose boat. I don't know how these lines have gotten so blurred and why it's so difficult to stay safe. I mean, my physicality, they don't run up and scream or malfunction in that manner. I appreciate that. The humans that are in Ghost Town at the moment, as I walk the boulevard in Memorial, but I am trying to just document, but I don't like screaming, I don't like yelling, I don't like arguing. There are real factors that are off, and it affects myself and others, and then there's more to that. But it starts and ends with 1999 happened the wrong way, as did 98. But we could rewind that to the occurrence of 1978 in 9/10 of the law, and then we were put together in the same cage briefly in 1980 something when we were both like 6 or 7. We met at Guggenheim, and then he followed me and I followed him to Lloyd Harbor Elementary, and then he got taken away. I don't know why. And then the disaster in 1998 into 1999, which is on toilet paper, toy record for Noid and Void. Star 1978, Star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It is November 8th, 2021. I am in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken.